I hate them, yeah, in life and the rolling kind and when people force one into a conversation.
Rocco, you're home!
No, you said that. You said that already. It's his line.
And what's my line?
Ain't nobody gonna give a lug like me a job. Bertha, we gotta move.
What happens when one of comedy's most beloved figures secretly can't stand working with certain fellow actors? Bill Hader's journey from unknown impressionist to entertainment powerhouse reveals a darker side to Hollywood's funniest moments. While audiences know him as the genius behind SNL's most memorable characters and the creator of the critically acclaimed Barry, few realize that behind his friendly public persona lies an artist with surprisingly strong opinions about his colleagues. Hader's reputation as a consummate professional and team player makes his rare moments of friction all the more fascinating. Unlike many performers who wear their disdain openly, Hader's conflicts simmer beneath the surface, emerging only through carefully chosen words and deliberate career decisions. His 8 years at Saturday Night Live provided a front-row seat to Hollywood's biggest egos, while his transition to serious dramatic work exposed him to an entirely different set of challenging personalities. These professional relationships gone wrong offer unique insights into the entertainment industry's hidden dynamics. From celebrity hosts who treated sketch comedy as amateur hour to fellow performers whose personal demons poisoned every collaboration, Hader's carefully curated list of professional adversaries reveals the high standards that separate true artists from mere entertainers. Each conflict tells a story about respect, preparation, and the delicate balance required to create genuine comedy magic. 6. Dne Cook. Dne Cook's meteoric rise to arena-filling superstardom in the mid-2000s represented everything Bill Hader allegedly found hollow about modern comedy's commercial machinery. Cook's ability to pack stadiums with screaming fans while earning widespread dismissal from fellow comedians created a peculiar phenomenon that reportedly left Hader bewildered and frustrated with the industry's priorities. Sources close to Hader suggest he viewed Cook's success as emblematic of style triumphing over substance, with the younger comedian's physical comedy and catchphrase, heavy material representing a departure from the intelligent writing Hader championed. Bill couldn't understand how someone could become comedy's biggest star while earning so little respect from actual comedians, revealed a longtime SNL writer who witnessed Hader's private observations about Cook's career trajectory. Industry insiders recall Hader's alleged comments during comedy club encounters, where he questioned Cook's authenticity and commitment to the craft's traditional values. The tension deepened when Cook's plagiarism controversies emerged, with Hader reportedly viewing the accusations as confirmation of his suspicions about manufactured personas versus genuine comedic voice. Entertainment Weekly sources suggest Hader was particularly disturbed by Cook's treatment of comedy as a stepping stone to broader entertainment success rather than a worthy pursuit in itself. Dane represented everything Bill thought was wrong with comedy becoming a brand instead of an art form, observed a veteran comedy producer. Hader's final assessment proved prophetic as Cook's popularity waned. Authentic comedy endures because it connects with something real, while manufactured entertainment disappears when the next trend arrives. 5. Andy Dick. Andy Dick's erratic behavior and controversial conduct throughout his career allegedly placed him firmly on Bill Hader's professional blacklist, representing everything the thoughtful comedian found destructive about unchecked ego in the entertainment industry. Dick's numerous legal troubles, inappropriate behavior allegations, and general unprofessionalism created a toxic reputation that reportedly appalled Hader's commitment to comedy as a collaborative art form. Hollywood Reporter sources suggest Hader maintained deliberate distance from Dick during industry events, viewing the older comedian's antics as harmful to the broader comedy community's reputation. Bill watched Andy's behavior and saw how it reflected poorly on all comedians. Revealed a veteran producer who worked with both performers. The philosophical divide deepened when Dick's various controversies emerged, with Hader reportedly expressing frustration that such behavior was tolerated in comedy circles. Industry insiders recall Hader's alleged private comments about Dick's impact on younger comedians, particularly concerning how toxic behavior gets normalized when talented performers refuse to address it. A longtime comedy club owner noted Hader's observation that Andy's problems became everyone's problems because the industry kept enabling him instead of demanding accountability. The tension crystallized during Dick's various public meltdowns and legal issues, with Hader reportedly telling associates that comedy requires trust and safety that Dick consistently violated. Entertainment sources suggest Hader was particularly disturbed by Dick's interactions with female comedians and crew members, viewing such behavior as antithetical to the inclusive environment comedy should foster. Hader's final verdict proved characteristically principled. Talent without character destroys the collaborative spirit that makes great comedy possible. 4. Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase's legendary status as Saturday Night Live's original breakout star became overshadowed by his notorious reputation for condescending behavior toward younger comedians, creating a generational rift that reportedly earned him Bill Hader's profound disappointment. The original Weekend Update anchor, whose early departure from SNL in 1976 established a pattern of burning bridges, allegedly demonstrated the same dismissive attitude toward Hader's generation that had alienated countless performers over the decades. Variety sources reveal that Hader's encounters with Chase during SNL anniversary specials and industry events left the younger comedian disillusioned with his childhood hero. Bill expected to meet a comedy legend and instead found someone who seemed bitter about everyone else's success, confided a veteran SNL producer who witnessed their interactions. The philosophical divide deepened when Chase allegedly made disparaging comments about modern sketch comedy, viewing contemporary SNL as inferior to his own era's work. Industry insiders suggest Hader was particularly disturbed by Chase's treatment of current cast members during reunion events, observing behavior that contradicted everything comedy should represent about collaboration and mutual respect. A longtime comedy writer noted Hader's alleged observation that Chevy seemed to resent that comedy continued to evolve after he left, as if innovation was somehow disrespectful to his legacy. The tension crystallized during a backstage encounter where Chase reportedly dismissed Hader's impressions as lazy modern comedy, prompting Hader's characteristic response: "True legends celebrate the next generation instead of diminishing them to preserve their own mythology." 3. Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake's frequent appearances as Saturday Night Live's most celebrated host created an uncomfortable dynamic that reportedly generated quiet resentment from Bill Hader, who allegedly viewed the pop star's preferential treatment as symptomatic of celebrity culture, overshadowing comedic merit. Timberlake's record-breaking hosting appearances and automatic sketch approval process stood in stark contrast to the collaborative struggle most performers faced for screen time and creative recognition. Rolling Stone sources suggest Hader grew increasingly frustrated with the disproportionate attention and resources devoted to Timberlake's appearances, particularly when original cast members found their own sketch ideas sidelined for celebrity-driven concepts. Bill watched Justin get every sketch he wanted while seasoned performers fought for scraps, revealed a longtime SNL writer who witnessed the behind-the-scenes dynamics. The tension intensified when Timberlake's musical performances received equal billing with his comedy work, blurring the lines between variety show and sketch comedy. Industry insiders recall Hader's alleged private observations about the show's shifting priorities, expressing concern that SNL was becoming a platform for established stars rather than a launching pad for emerging talent. A veteran producer noted Hader's frustration with the Justin treatment, where normal collaborative processes were bypassed for celebrity convenience. The philosophical divide deepened during Timberlake's digital shorts collaborations, which received massive viral success while traditional sketch work went largely unnoticed. Entertainment Weekly sources suggest Hader questioned whether such preferential treatment served the show's mission or merely its ratings. Hader's assessment proved characteristically thoughtful. Comedy works best when everyone earns their moments instead of having them gifted by fame. 2. Steven Seagull. Steven Seagal's infamous 1991 hosting stint on Saturday Night Live, widely regarded as the worst in the show's history, created a legendary disaster that Bill Hader reportedly studied as a masterclass in how not to approach comedy. The action star's complete disconnection from sketch comedy's collaborative nature and his bizarre demands during rehearsals became cautionary tales that allegedly shaped Hader's understanding of what destroys comedic chemistry. Entertainment Weekly sources reveal that Hader frequently referenced Seagull's hosting week when discussing difficult performers, viewing the martial arts star's behavior as emblematic of ego-destroying artistic process. Bill would bring up Seagull whenever someone didn't understand that comedy requires humility, confided a veteran SNL writer who shared stories of the legendary disaster. The philosophical chasm between Seagull's action hero persona and comedy's requirement for vulnerability became a recurring theme in Hader's observations about failed collaborations. Industry insiders suggest Hader was particularly fascinated by crew accounts of Seagull's refusal to participate in sketches that didn't showcase his martial arts skills, viewing such behavior as fundamentally missing comedy's point. A longtime producer noted Hader's alleged observation that Steven wanted to be the star of every sketch instead of serving the comedy, which guaranteed failure. The tension crystallized in Hader's analysis of how Seagull's self-seriousness poisoned every creative interaction, making genuine humor impossible. Comedy Central sources suggest Hader used Seagull as the ultimate example of how disconnection from reality destroys comedic authenticity. Hader's final assessment proved characteristically insightful. Comedy requires self-awareness, and Steven's complete lack of it made him comedy's perfect cautionary tale. 1. James Franco. James Franco's multiple hosting appearances on Saturday Night Live became legendary for all the wrong reasons, with his dismissive attitude toward sketch comedy allegedly earning him Bill Hader's lasting contempt. The Oscar-nominated actor's approach to SNL as a minor obligation rather than a creative opportunity reportedly clashed with Hader's reverence for the show's collaborative spirit and demanding preparation requirements. Variety sources reveal that Hader witnessed Franco's notorious lack of preparation during rehearsals, where the actor would arrive without having studied his lines or understanding the sketch's comedic timing. Bill watched James treat SNL like it was beneath him, showing up unprepared and expecting everyone else to accommodate his indifference, confided a veteran cast member who observed their interactions. The tension deepened when Franco's academic pursuits and art projects seemed to take precedence over his hosting responsibilities, leaving writers and performers scrambling to compensate. Industry insiders suggest Hader was particularly disturbed by Franco's habit of rewriting sketches on the spot, not for comedic improvement, but to suit his own artistic pretensions. A longtime SNL producer noted Hader's alleged observation that James wanted to turn every sketch into a graduate school thesis instead of trusting the comedy process. Bill Hader's professional tensions reveal an artist who demands authenticity over ego, collaboration over celebrity. These conflicts remind us that comedy's greatest moments require mutual respect and shared commitment. Subscribe for more entertainment insights.